This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready for your weekend with the Morning Sprint.
Olivia Roberts has back-to-school updates for families in North Idaho this morning.
But first, to Mark Peterson tracking summer-like weather in your Friday forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day today. First Alert Weather in that First Alert Weather app, free and available in the App Store. And you're going to be able to see the radar as we get rain showers coming in. But we're going to be dry all the way through the weekend. It is the beginning of next week where we see that low that's sitting off the Pacific coming over, creating showers, especially for Tuesday. So that's what we've got for you. Dinner on the deck, sure. 6 o'clock, you're going to have temperatures into the 70s, 68 at 8, and 10 o'clock could be about 59 degrees.
A Colville nursing home is struggling with a COVID-19 outbreak. The virus spread fast inside and it's killed 5 residents. The Northeast Tri-County Health District says since August 25th, Pinewood Terrace Nursing Center has seen 22 staff members and 52 residents test positive. Out of those 74 cases, 41 were not vaccinated. 5 people have died, 1 fully vaccinated. Prestige Care, the company which owns the center, says there are still 29 active cases between residents and staff. They said they can't pinpoint how the virus that killed those 5 residents got inside. Prestige said it is continuing to follow strict sanitation procedures.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee has announced an extension of the state's eviction moratorium bridge program through October 31st. Washington's original moratorium was set to end in June, but the governor kept some protections for tenants with unpaid rent. Those were set to expire at the end of this month. The governor says by the end of October, he believes there will be no further need for extensions.
New this morning, a meeting today could decide whether students and staff in Coeur d'Alene Public Schools will be required to mask up. The Board of Trustees is holding a special meeting this afternoon. On the agenda, masking and quarantine protocol. Now, specifically, the board will consider 2 changes. 1, requiring masks to be worn by staff, students, and visitors on a temporary basis. The district says it would be an effort to help mitigate the surge of new COVID cases and hospitalizations in North Idaho. And 2, clarifying language about quarantine requirements. Now, as of this morning, the school district says 405 students and 40 staff members are in quarantine because they either tested positive or were exposed. 25 employees and 156 students are out with an active COVID infection. Right now, masks are not required in schools but are strongly encouraged. Contact tracing isn't being done either. The board meeting starts at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
If you have a newborn lounger from the Boppy Company, you should know it's being pulled from shelves because it's been linked to the death of 8 babies. The newborn suffocated after rolling over or being placed in a way that made it hard for them to breathe in the first place. More than 3 million Boppy loungers have been recalled because of it. The exact products are the Boppy Original Newborn Loungers, Boppy Preferred Newborn Loungers, and Pottery Barn Kids Boppy Newborn Loungers.
As COVID-19 cases continue to surge, Costco is trying to curb panic buying by limiting the purchase of key items. But that's not the only reason why Costco is limiting purchases. The warehouse store is also having trouble finding trucks, drivers, and shipping containers to get the items to the stores. Costco says bath tissues, paper towels, and bottled water will all have purchase limits going forward.
Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, we're still headed toward another flu season. The CDC is warning that flu season could be starting earlier this year and could be more severe than last year. This is because of how few cases of the flu we had in 2020, mostly due to COVID safety measures. Masking up and social distancing was a must because we didn't have COVID vaccines yet. There's very low transmission of a virus that doesn't spread as easily as COVID does. Dr. Gretchen LaSalle with MultiCare says it's going to be important to get your flu shot early, specifically by Halloween. Just like with COVID vaccines, it's to protect ourselves and those vulnerable in our community. To find out where you can get a flu shot, see this story on KXLY.com.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has filed an appeal of his conviction in the death of George Floyd. Chauvin was convicted in April on charges of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. He was sentenced in June to 22.5 years in prison. Chauvin's attorney raised 14 issues in his appeal, including the district court's handling of the motion to change the venue and motions to sequester the jury. He also took issue with the adding of a third-degree murder charge during trial.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, the makers of the Bombshell documentary Framing Britney Spears are out with a new film. The New York Times presents Controlling Britney Spears. It features insiders coming forward for the first time with shocking allegations about how the superstar's conservatorship worked, including allegations of intense surveillance set up to monitor her life. GMA has a never-before-seen look at this new documentary. Back with a final check of the weather with Mark Peterson coming up after this.